Hey guys, welcome back. Different camera angle. Now I feel like I'm falling into the camera. That's really good, yeah? I'm gonna talk to you today about, and I've been gone because Loki's been doing heavy duty healing. Uh, Loki's nature as a healer, he will take repeated hits for you. I needed a healing done because I was carrying around, some garbage that I can't even articulate what I was carrying around because it was buried so deep and it was so opposite to what I am that I couldn't even tell you now if you asked me and put a gun to my head what it was. And I asked Loki, once the healing was done, I said, why would I even do that? And he looked at me real surprised and he says, well, it's the easiest thing in the world to carry around, the exact opposite of ourselves. We think it'll make people accept us. And he's right. At the time, I didn't believe what I was being told. And this has something to do with Foodle. And I still don't believe it, but I didn't think I had eternalized it. And did I say eternalized? Whatever. I'm having trouble with the English language today, my apologies. But, it just, sometimes, even though you do not want a belief and you do not like a belief, it kind of sticks in your craw. So he decided he was going to get that out. And milk and cookies approach does not work with me. Look, he can't sit me down, wrap me in a blanket, and tell me a bedtime story and it's all better. He has to do stealth healing on me. And by stealth healing, I mean he has to suddenly come up and do something very dramatic. And it was not nice, but that's because it was not nice is the only thing that works on me. If it would work to be really gentle with me, he would do it that way. So I don't want anybody watching this to be scared of Loki and say, oh my god, he's this terrible god, I'm never going to work with him, because look at what she's saying. She's saying he's going to do this terrible thing to me, and no, he's not going to do that, but he will work with each person the way they need, and what I need is for him to sneak up on me and not give me any warning, and that way he can get the healing done. And he basically had to trigger a reaction of what I'd internalized, and that just started this whole snowball thing of it reached a point where I thought I'd lost my god. And he didn't tell me it was healing. Because he's to the point where he thinks I'm old enough, I'm mature enough, he's taught me enough, he's not going to tell me. And I had to go away and think, and none of the other gods are telling me either. And I had to go away and think, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, Loki never does anything without a reason. He never does anything without a reason. Why would he do this, what he's been doing? Why would he do this? And then when it finally hit me that he had triggered a healing, and as usual, he'd taken all the brunt of everything onto himself because that's what he does. I felt bad. I felt bad for him because I had totally misinterpreted what was happening, but he needed me to. I mean, he's a trickster and he's a magician, he's a healer. He needed me to misinterpret things. He needed to get that energy and everything and those toxins and everything out of me, so he needed everything that unfolded to unfold exactly as it did. In fact, I know he knew before he started everything what would happen to him, and he didn't care because when you're a healer, sometimes your patients are actually going to fight you, and he knew that. And I felt bad for him, and I said, I want to do something for you. And he's like, no, you were doing the thing for me, inviting me in because he'd asked for what do I can't think of the Creole this early in the morning, but what is the Creole? I can't think of the Creole this early in the morning, but basically a bottle loa, or I'm sorry, the Creole's not coming to me, but a spirit bottle, for lack of a better word. And of course, you know, since he's not voodoo, I had to work with the Baron, and we had to come up with color associations and a ritual and make up a veve because he doesn't have one. And that was work as well. But, you know, it was just this thing, and I couldn't get this healing. You might be saying, well, how come your voodoo gods didn't do the healing then, if this issue had to do with voodoo? They had tried in the past, and they couldn't do it, and Loki's the only one who could do it because one, he's, you know, the patron. But not only that, Loki's the only god that has that much cleverness and that much ability to get past my defenses and to do what I need, and to, as I say, activate my stupid, because I have such a level of trust with him that he will act, by the way. He will act with me. And when I say that to you, I don't want you to think he's like a liar and acting with you all the time. He put on a world-class acting job with me to facilitate the healing. I want you to understand that he did it to facilitate the healing, and he was being absolutely dreadful. And I couldn't believe he was treating me like this. And he was doing this to facilitate the healing. I want you to please understand that he was not being cruel for cruelty's sake. He was being nasty to facilitate the healing. And once I realized everything, because he went off and he would not tell me he had done the healing, he just stood back. He's like, you know, I'm your teacher and I've taught you enough. I want to see if you'll figure this one out on your own. And none of the other ones would tell me. Once I figured it out, he was okay. He was completely fine. He popped right back up. Like, you ever see like a crow have a really bad landing and they go crash land? And then they just pop up like, I'm okay! And he was completely fine. And I'm like, you're not mad? He's like, no. I said, but you should be mad. He's like, why? You were sick. You need a healing. I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. You need a healing. I'm like, okay. Like, you sure you don't want to be mad? Not really. Do you want me to be mad? No. Okay. He's like, do you want me to be mad? I'll be mad if you want me to be. I'm like, no, not really. Yeah, I mean, he's a very bludgeoning God. Yeah, so watch what you ask for with him. He'll more than likely usually give it to you. But he has his spirit bottle now. So he has that. And it's made in accordance to, you know, his will. So it's going to look like something he would like. And it's not going to look like a voodoo sense. It's a mix of cultures. It's a mix of the Haitian culture that I was taught as far as I was taught. And it's a mix of probably some New Orleans in there. And there's, as far as I can have, my Germanic and other whatever I am in there as well. And there's also some of the other things that we threw in there as well. So yeah, he has that, and I had a healing, and the house didn't catch on fire and nobody died, so all is well. And I just wanted to make the video to thank him, because we should be properly grateful. It's very easy for people to get mad at Loki, and believe me, I was plenty mad when the healing was going on, because he also had to break something. And I was not fond of him at that particular moment in time. But being Loki, by the way, he made sure to break something he knew I didn't like in the first place. He's got that energy, he's got that chaos energy that something's going to break sooner or later, but he picked the one thing he knew I didn't like. I'm like, oh, he's so sweet. So yeah, guys, I'm okay, and I wanted to talk about that. I feel funny, I feel stuffed up because there's like no sound coming through my headphones, but that's normal when you're recording. And I will make a video eventually and show you what the bottle came out like. And he's got like this, what kicked all this off was Baron gifted him with a skull, and that kicked all this off, and the happy fun time started from there. Okay, so I hope that made an ounce of sense. This is like my third attempt to put into words something that's kind of impossible to put into words. But yeah, Loki will throw himself under a train repeatedly for you if he thinks it's for your benefit. And the funny thing was, I took him out for breakfast because I felt bad. And I said to him offhandedly, I said, you know, I wish I had somewhere to take you today to just like let you poke around. And darn it, when I'm leaving the diner, there's a sign that there's going to be a craft show from 10 to 3, so I'll be taking my other craft show. And if there's any haul today, you'll be seeing a video about that. So I'm sorry to be gone and missing an action, but I'm glad I didn't make any videos while I was doing the healing, because I wasn't fit to be around humans. I was like... And for you people from the other channel, the funny thing was, when I went up into the diner, the special today was Eggs Benedict. I thought you might get a kick out of that. Okay, so I will see you guys when I see you. If there's any haul today, I will show it to you. The crows are back to being brats. They came yesterday. They came Saturday for his day, but peanuts weren't good enough for them. That's all I had. They wanted all hot dogs again. It's like, no, I don't have money to keep buying you hot dogs. And something ate the peanuts. I don't think it was the crows because no gifts were left. But yeah, and I do want to thank you guys for 41 subscribers too, by the way. I'm trying to cut down on the number of videos, so sometimes you'll see a lot at the tail end of a video. So instead of making 5 or 6 videos, I'm only going to make 1. I'm trying to cut down and not oversaturate you guys with a ton of videos. So a lot of times I'm wishing I could make a video on something, but I'm like, oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't chunk up the channel again. So I probably won't, I guess, make a video on the vase, well, the spirit bottle and the skull and everything, but I want to so bad. But yeah, unless someone really, really asks and really wants to see them, but because there's really no reason to. It's not going to add to your knowledge of Loki or anything else. It's just something I did. It's nothing you specifically have to do. It's nothing to do with his lore. It's nothing to do with tradition. It's just something I did. Okay, so if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.